Yes, and legendary Egyptian actor Nour el-Sherif passed away on Tuesday, aged only 69, having been part of the elite generation of artists in a country which has led Arabic cinema since its early days. His death was met with mourning throughout the Arab world. But what made Sherif such a national icon? Ayman Sikseck has more on the actor whose story is largely the story of modern-day Egypt.
I did not live my artistic life in vain. These were the words of famed Egyptian actor Nour el-Sherif late last year at the Dubai International Film Festival on his last public appearance. El-Sherif passed away on Tuesday, aged 69. Having starred in over 100 films, numerous television series, and won both national and worldwide acclaim, Sherif leaves behind a legacy of stardom and prestige. But El-Sherif's story is firstly a story of overcoming one's own circumstances. Born in Cairo in the mid-1940s, Sherif grew up in a working-class family. Cairo was a bustling scene of change. The reign of King Farouk was about to end, bringing with it the historic demise of the Egyptian monarchy. The young Muhammad Jabir Muhammad Abdullah was one of many who imagined a better future for himself as the country was making its way towards democracy. His chosen passion? Football. The game would also become the focus of one of his first and most well-known feature films, A Stranger at Home, where he played a successful young footballer. By this time, he had assumed the name that would make him legendary, Nour el-Sherif. Sherif quickly became an actor of grand gestures, one who took on the major figures and trends in Egyptian society, a role he had previously lived in his own life. He was married to Egyptian actress Boussy and had 2 children before their separation after 34 years of marriage in 2006. But his personal life was largely kept private, so much so that it's still unclear what caused his death on Tuesday, termed as a result of a long battle with illness. In his late 20s, Sherif was offered the opportunity to join the prominent Egyptian football club Zamalek, who recognized his talent for the sport. But despite his ambition, he gave up training in order to focus on his acting, a decision that would eventually turn him into a legend.
Yes, and with me right now to talk a little bit about the loss that the Arab world is experiencing in the last maybe few months is Ayman Sikseck. Good evening.
Good evening, Lucy.
Like the Arab world is losing one by one the biggest legends, the biggest actors, the biggest symbols. Just 2 days ago we talked about Mahmoud Darwish. And
that's right.
then we talked about Nour el-Sherif, and then we're talking about Omar el-Sherif. And you know, one by one they're leaving us, and I'm asking, we talked about this 2 days ago, who will fill the vacuum?
Well, it's really unclear right now. The new generation of actors in Egypt is actually following a different trend. These actors, Nour el-Sherif and Omar el-Sherif, they followed the path from cinema to television, and they really marked a huge trend in Arab society and Arab culture of bringing television to life. What we talk about a lot in American drama right now, everybody's saying how American drama and television drama is being revived, and in the last few years we're seeing so much drama on television in America. The truth is, the Arab world knew this years before this happened on...
You know, the only actor that hasn't done that was Adil Imam.
That's true. He's the only exception out of all of
that
this.
Stayed in theater and stayed in cinema.
He's the only one that stuck to cinema. But for Nour el-Sherif and Omar el-Sherif, what happened was that they discovered that the loyalty of the audiences comes from television. That's where they see you at home, they pass you on to their children, they pass you on to different generations by showing them your movies. And what's happening with the new generation of actors in Egypt right now especially is that they're attracted first of all to cinema, and they stay in cinema, and their lifespan within culture is very, very short. They shine for a few years, and then a newer, younger generation comes through.
You know, I'm trying to think if I can recall or I can name one actor that I know that he's young and he's known. I don't know anyone. Maybe it's because I stopped seeing Egyptian movies, but I don't think that there's someone that can actually rise and shine after them.
Well, it's funny because they didn't even want to become stars. You know, Nour el-Sherif wanted to be a footballer. Omar el-Sherif wanted to do something entirely different. They were both discovered by accident. They were never motivated by trying to seek fame in theater or television. But they had the raw talent, and they were both recognized by the same Egyptian director, the great Youssef Chahine, who also invested in Fatin Hamama, another great actress, and he made them into who they became later. He saw in them what they didn't see in themselves. Perhaps what we're seeing in a generation now is that they want to be famous, and ironically, we know less about them now.
Somebody said Kardashians? The Egyptian. Yes, thank you very much, Ayman Sikseck, for this. And we're going out for a small break, an update from our news desk, and then we will be back for the third part of the news today. Don't go anywhere.